author and health and wellness expert Peter Greenlaw. Now, before the break, you kept us hanging there about how are we going to get nutrients in our body since we can't get it from food alone. You said the body needs about 70 minerals, and you're only getting 10 of those from food. So how can we make up the difference?
Well, there are sources that you can get them from, okay? There was a discovery made about 35 years ago, this huge open field deposit in Nevada, which had all the minerals. And you can go to a health food store and you can buy mineral supplements. As a matter of fact, most people don't understand. If you take vitamins and you don't take minerals, the only thing you're paying for is expensive urine.
Right. A lot of doctors say that your body doesn't...
You can't utilize vitamins without minerals, okay? It's the most overlooked thing. Minerals are called the spark plugs of life. They are the absolute cofactors for all the enzyme reactions in the human body.
But what if you get the multi-pack? Isn't that in there? Vitamins, minerals, and everything?
You might have 10. Yeah. So you might have 10 or 20, and you need 70.
What minerals are essential? I mean...
Well, beyond iron and calcium and magnesium, but like I said before, iron, you need gold and silver and zinc and copper and beryllium.
So go to the store and get the mineral supplement. That's it? That's all we have to do?
No, that's not all. That's,
what else
that's
do we
a
have
start.
To do?
Well,
come on now, Peter, give us the information. Minerals.
She's hard.
So on top of the minerals, now we still have to eat, so we have to make all these calories count.
Okay,
so how do we make the calories count?
So let's just start with the basics. The world's most perfect food is definitely mother's breast milk. Mother's breast milk is comprised 60% whey protein, 40% milk protein, okay? The finest protein in the world comes from New Zealand, where they use no herbicides, no pesticides. They're only grass-fed. They don't inject them with antibiotics, and they don't use pasteurization.
And they don't do any of that anywhere here in the U.S.?
It'd be very hard to find it. Right. We use pasteurization by law. We have to pasteurize, but the problem in pasteurization is you destroy the very thing in the protein you want, the amino acids, which are the building blocks of life, okay? Also in whey protein, it's very high in an amino acid called cysteine, which allows the body to make what I call toxin hunters that are capable of pulling these toxins apart and making them harmless so they can pass out to the kidney and the liver. So this New Zealand whey protein is critical, but even the New Zealand protein lacks the minerals. So you still would add the minerals. In my book, I give you the recipe of what to do.
But do we have to use the New Zealand whey protein? If I have some whey protein in my cabinet at home, can I use that whey protein?
It would probably be undenatured whey protein. And when you denature, sorry, when it's denatured, meaning it's used high heat, they've pulled the amino acids apart. Your body needs those amino acids to make muscle, for example. That's one of the reasons why people on diets typically they'll get all that loose skin, because what they're losing is muscle mass. They're not losing the fat, they're not building muscle. So it's a fundamental part of nature. Mother's breast milk, this 60% component of whey protein and this 40% component of milk protein, now add the minerals and add one other thing. You've all heard of probiotics, right? Which support gut health. Okay, well, that's not what you want. You want prebiotic fiber. What prebiotic fiber does, it manufactures the good flora in the gut. So instead of taking a supplement to make up for what we don't have, it's the body doing it, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing that's critical that contains these powerful toxin hunters is just the inner heart gel of the aloe vera plant, not the leaf. You'll go in the store and you'll see whole leaf aloe. Now, I'm from Colorado, so you have to be careful when it has a whole leaf on it.
Yeah, right.
But the whole leaf aloe, what happens is they crush up the whole plant. Well, in the inner heart gel of the aloe plant, technically it's called a polysaccharide, which is a toxin hunter capable of pulling the toxin apart. Okay, so what happens is when you grind up the whole plant, there's an enzyme in there that destroys the polysaccharides. Other than that, it's great stuff. So you need just the inner heart gel of the aloe plant, which is produced with what's called a high filtration process that doesn't destroy it. Okay, then you add the minerals also to the aloe vera drink. Now, on top of that,
this is all in the drink?
It's all in the drink.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why, again, food will never be enough again. We're talking about, we're not processing here, we're enhancing what Mother Nature gave us, okay? What we're doing is giving back to food what was there 100 million years ago. Let me give you a new definition of food. Although it contains fats, carbs, and proteins, food's job is to carry genetic information to our genes. So when you're feeding your body not all the nutrients, the gene is not getting the complete message. Now, what do you do? The actual protocol. What do you consume? Basically, for a week or 4 or 5 days when you start, you have a shake from New Zealand for breakfast. You eat regular food for lunch, healthy food.
Okay.
Then you have a shake at night. So let's say you do that for 4 or 5 days or a week.
Okay.
Then you do 2 days of what I call nutritional fasting. Now, this sounds like an oxymoron. Okay. What you're doing is, see, all you have to do to detox, stop eating for 4 hours, you start detoxing. But as you begin to release the toxins, you have nothing to break them apart. Okay. So what the body does is takes them and stuffs them back in fat cells. So on the 2 days of nutritional fasting, you basically have 4 ounces of the aloe vera 4 times a day. and your body will naturally burn off sugar.
Do you feel satisfied?
I work with people who weigh 600 pounds that are totally satisfied. I have one guy that lost 387 pounds in 22 months. He has no loose skin. Okay, that guy was not having like tofu for lunch.
Well, you got to check out Peter's book. It's called Why Diets Are Failing Us. It's available today, and guess what? Everyone in the audience is going home with a copy. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Yeah, let us know how it works out for you.
Coming up,
Peter.
We're going to talk to someone who lost nearly 100 pounds working out at a gym designed for the ultimate weight loss success. We'll be right back.